Hello guys, welcome to another video. This time we're going to be reviewing the T-22 medium, which is currently in the store for containers. As usual, most of tier 10 tanks nowadays are coming in containers. 260 T-22 medium as well, and a lot of other tanks that are coming in containers. This tank was sold a couple of times without containers, which is a much better offer than containers because there's only a 5% chance. So I definitely don't recommend you buying containers. It's up to you though, if you want to buy them or not. So yeah, T-22 medium at tier 10, collectible medium tank, which is one of the most controversial tanks in the game because a lot of people say it's OP, a lot of people say it isn't, and so on. I mean, in my view, the tank is kind of a bit of a higher level in comparison to other tanks in the game, but it's not broken in my opinion at all. If you know where to aim, if you know how to aim, you're definitely gonna know how to penetrate this tank, and it shouldn't really be a big problem. So, like I said, the tank is a tier 10 Soviet collectible medium. For consumables, I use adrenaline double repair kits as usual. Provisions 10% on crew and fuel, and 3% on the crew once again. For the ammo, this tank loads a lot of ammo, and I mean loads and loads of ammo. So it doesn't matter what you want to use, man. You have like, I don't know, 90 shells, like it's more than enough to load anything you want. For equipment, I use calibrated shells because Russian mediums don't have great penetration. The calibrated shells will be great. Even if you use calibrated shells, you will still have good DPM. So, yeah, it is great DPM even with calibrated shells. With the calibrator, you're gonna manage to penetrate a lot of heavies in a lot of situations. So, it definitely is better for me than gun rammer on these tanks. Enhanced gun lane drive, vertical stabilizer. The accuracy on this tank, I have to say, it's not really great. Not like on 40 or 262A, but it is good enough. Improved modules, more HP, 4%. Doesn't really gonna affect much, but it's cool. Toolbox to get faster repairs. It's needed because you're gonna get tracked a lot with this tank. So definitely go for 30% module repair speed till you can get out of the situation where you get tracked as fast as you can. Optics, because it's a medium, you need spots. Engine accelerator, I use it in all tanks. This is kind of useless for me. So yeah, engine accelerator because it gets everything better and not only traverse speed. So yeah. High-end consumables because I want to make the most out of the adrenaline when I'm using it. So more time for adrenaline means more time to shoot with adrenaline for faster reload, which means more DPM. So what else do we look at this tank? Let's look at the stats of the tank. Um, as you can see, hit points is 1960, which is typical medium HP. Main armor, the turret is very strong, 230. It is one of the strongest, I think, on tier 10. It cannot be penetrated unless you have like, I don't know which tank the Hori premium ammo can penetrate it, but it's also not easy. So it is not easy to penetrate this tank and the turrets. I don't recommend you facing this tank hold down because you're gonna get wrecked with any tank you play. Sides 170 on the turret, and the rear is 140, so also really good. Although it's gonna get penetrated by everything, but it's also good if it's angled. It can bounce a couple of shots. The hull is 100 in the front, 80 on the side, 80 on the rear, but that's not where the magic is. The magic is that this tank has spaced armor on the sides, which is which makes the tank really insane at bouncing shots on the side, off the side, and off the back. It is really insane. The angles of the tank, that's what make it really good and differentiated from my object on 40 and T-22A. The hull armor is insane. If you know how to angle it, it is insane. But if you're like a casual player, I don't think you're gonna find this tank insane. You're actually gonna struggle with this tank because it doesn't have the mobility that the 140 and T-22A have. So if you range at 302, concealment is really good, but you're not going to camp with this tank unless you're at the end of the game and you need to do that because you don't have HP, for example. DPM 3.2k, almost 3.3k. Reload time is 5.7. That's with calibrated shells. I think with gun armor it should be 5.2 seconds with 3.5k. DPM. And as it comes to the penetration, like I said, this is calibrated. So 252, not really much on AP, but it's good enough to penetrate, I mean, heavies frontally. You might struggle a bit if it's angled, for example, even 100 pi 7, but it should be fine. Heat is 330, that is really good. HE is 55, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend using it unless on really light armor tanks like Drill 15 and so on. Average damage per shell is 310 on AP, 260 in heat, and 420 on HE. So HE damage with these tanks with Russian mediums is actually insane. It is recommended when you face very lightly armored pieces of the enemies or tanks. Aiming time 3.2. The accuracy, like I said, is not really great. 0.3, but it's good enough in comparison to what you get on the armor and the bounces that you get and so on. So yeah, it is kind of good. Gun depression is 6 degrees, so less than the other two Russian mediums, but 6 degrees gun depression sometimes is a struggle, but most of the times it is not really a struggle with this tank with 6 degrees gun depression. Gun elevation is 16, more than good. Top speed of this tank is 55, reverse is 20, average speed at 37. The power to weight ratio on this tank is kind of bad, so this is what makes it like this is the worst thing about this tank. The power to weight ratio, I think, and the terrain resistance is not really good, so you're gonna feel like this tank is extremely slow, unlike the 140 or the T-62. So yeah, let's get going with the gameplay and see what we can do with this tank. First game, Mayan Ruins. Not a perfect map for this tank because, like I said, 6 degrees gun depression. This map has a lot of terrain, so you're gonna be dependent on your gun depression, which this tank doesn't really have much of, only 6 degrees. So let's see what we can do. We're gonna drive into C as usual to the medium side. Normally with the medium I would go to the middle spot, but with this tank, like I said, 6 degrees of gun depression, you're gonna have to expose a lot in order to make a shot onto the side, so it's not really worth it. I'll just go to C and see what I can do. The best way to play this tank is to reverse side scrape because the sides, the cheeks can be penetrated. You can side scrape, but you're gonna get penetrated on the sides, on the side cheeks. So yeah, you need to be really careful. That's the first shell to bounce. That is great, and now we can just reverse side scraping against these guys. Drive into them. Shouldn't really be afraid. Always wiggle the back, and then you will have no problem at bouncing shots. And it doesn't mean that you have to drive backwards, but like, yeah. Now we can drive forwards because the 50B is on reload, T-54 is low. Okay, the DPM, like I said, is insane even with calibrated shells. The reload is really good. Go, 50B's down, and go into the E75 next. See, it's a bit slow going up hills and with terrain and stuff like that, but it is more than enough in my opinion for a tank this strong when it comes to armor. For blocking my shots. Okay, let's just go in on now. I think they should be here somewhere. Let's stay 100s. You can get up to 4K. He missed a shot. Not gonna get an ace, but I think 4K is possible on this round. There's still a medium that we don't know where he is. Trying to track him, didn't work. Let's try to face hug him. I mean side hug him. Also works really well against heavies because this tank has a very low profile, so yeah, very low profile, which helps it to be side hugging the enemy heavies without having gun depression. They're not going to be penetrating you, and the turret, like I said, is really strong. So even if they try to shoot you at the turret, you're possibly going to bounce most of the shots, and that's only if they hit you because it's really hard, like I said, to hit this tank because it's low profile in comparison to the 100, even i7. So yeah. Forgetto could be AFK. You see, the speed is not really bad at all when it's on like solid terrain, or I don't know what to call it. But yeah, on hills and stuff like that, you kind of struggle with this tank with the speed. He is. Let's go. Maybe we can armor rack him. Oh, GG. Not bad at all for first round. But yeah, as he didn't really show much of this tank on this round. Only one bounce we got off the T-52 and that's it. So yeah, I want to have a round where I can actually show you how bouncy this tank is. So maybe this round's gonna be good. Two T-22 mediums on the enemy team. Gonna be interesting. Let's see what we can do. Let's go to C once again. And see how it goes. Medium side. It's good for his tank because, like I said, the turret is really strong. But when you face another T-22 medium, they also have a strong turret, so it's gonna be hard a bit. Our teammates are actually going to A, so I don't think I'm gonna go like this. Because when you have a lot of enemy tanks on you, you're not gonna survive. Doesn't matter which tank you play, how strong the armor is. You need to be careful. So I'll go to the city with my teams, with my heavies and everyone. See how it goes. 5120, that's the 100, that's the Waffenträger. Strong turret I have, so I'm not really afraid of these guys. Of course, it's my gun. The gun isn't the greatest, like I said, so expect yourself to miss a lot of shots when you're that's side scraping to the Waffenträger. Expect yourself to miss a lot of shots on distance. Don't really rely on the gun on distance. Okay, that was my bad. That shot was my bad. Okay, man, it's not working. Let's try to kill this guy. As you can see, the armor isn't really great if you know how to aim. Ooh, that was a huge shell. That wasn't really nice. Okay, should be dead here. Nothing I can do about it. 23 had a pretty good shot onto my side with heat. With the Hesh. And like I said, missed a lot of shots. I should have pushed the Waffenträger when the 100 was gone. But yeah. What happens? Nothing we can do about it. Like, on the heavy side, you saw how many shots I missed. The gun, like I said, on medium to long distances isn't really as great as an Object 140 or C-Skids 2A, definitely. So, yeah. It's best when it's in close range. Why is he shooting HE on the Yak Tiger, dude? You could have killed him. 183 is having a great round. He's heshing everyone. Well, and this game is gonna be lost. And this guy's shooting heat at any 100 side track. Insane. 183, I guess he's gonna get an ace this round. There we go. Second round, not the best of rounds. It happens. Like I said, it is at a good tank, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna have an epic round every time. Wait, he only did 2.8k damage? What the? Dude, I thought he was like at 5k already because he hashed me, he hashed the ST as well. Okay. Anyways, so this map it's really on this side normally I go to the right side, like I said, and it is really good because you have a good turret, but the problem is the gun depression is only 6 degrees, so sometimes you have to overexpose and you need to be really careful because of the TDs that are camping at the back, and also because of the tanks that are going to be fighting in front of you. T-62A and Object 140, they have better gun depression, so they will have a bit of an advantage over you if you overpeak, so you need to be really careful doing it. So Object 140, the turret is really bad, so it can easily penetrate him. and the turrets. Huh? Weakness. Oh no. No. As you see, I needed to overexpose, so I need to be really careful with this tank. When you peek, that's all important. Nice. Now he's low on HP, he's gonna drive up probably, so we can put one more in turn. Maybe even two and kill him. Come on, come on, come on. Reload. Okay. He's gone. So I need to be careful from the 183 here. E15, this is not a good thing to do. Oh, 183 actually drove into the city, so it shouldn't really have a problem here. Already didn't get spotted all this time, staying here. Okay. Shoots heat just in case it doesn't penetrate the AP. There you go, that's a bounce because we shot my side. Like I said, this tank is not really hard to penetrate. You just need to know where to aim. These people are not really aiming so well. I'll take the back shots. He's gone, now I can push into the city and help these guys out. Okay, 183 is also gone, that's great. The game isn't won yet, so we need to be careful here. Trying to take some distance and to reverse side scrape against the enemies. T-22 is still full HP. Oh, there's this guy still. There we go, that's a bounce off the side. Try to reverse side scrape now. It works much better than normal side scrape because you don't have to expose your cheeks. I think we can push into him now. This is bad. No, no, no. Oh, okay, bounced. Still, it was a bad push. We can kill him now. He shouldn't be able to penetrate me here. I don't think I'm gonna win this round, but I'll try to do my best for damage. I'll go all the way in the corner there and try to get as much damage as I can. That's my only option, unfortunately. The T-22 comes first and I have adrenaline, I could kill him, and then Kronwagen's gonna be a problem because he's an auto-loader, auto-reloader, so that's gonna be kind of a problem. This is the magic of this tank. It can bounce a lot off the side. As you can see, it's insane. Well, I've blocked so much damage. This is what this tank is good. This round was really good to show what this tank can do with the armor. Unfortunately, we couldn't win it. If I killed the T-22A, maybe Could have been a chance, but you saw what the tank is capable of when you know how to angle it. Like I said, reverse side scraping is the way to go with this tank. You can bounce so many shots. You saw how much damage we made just because of that bounce, just because of all these bounces that we got. We got like almost 6k block damage, so that's insane. On this map, we're gonna struggle, I think, a bit because, like I said, a lot of terrain, and this is not where the tank shines. It shines on, like I said, like solid terrain, not many hills and stuff like that. Open terrain where you can side scrape and stuff like that that heavies do. That's where the tank shines. So yeah, let's see what we can do in this round. If it's gonna be as interesting as the last one. Of course, man. Of course. Of course, he hits me. He made a blind shot and he just hit me, like, epic. So he's not in a really good position. I mean, for me it is good, but for him it's not really good. What are we supposed to do here? I need to kill the Progetto first. Be able to handle the Progetto here. Well, not gonna be an easy round. Not gonna be an easy round, boys. But we can win it. Okay, I'll try to spot him. And he made all of his shots, now I can push into him. Needed to ram him to make him a one shot, but it doesn't seem it's worked to make him a one shot. Nice. That was a cool looking shot, I have to say. It looked cool. It wasn't only cool, it just looked so cool because it went so slow into his track and killed him. So I'm gonna win it. Ice 4 is gonna kill the grill, or maybe leave him to me. Get 6 kills. Didn't expect me here. Well, got 6 kills, maybe an ace. Second class. A lot of people are playing this deck, so I'm not gonna get an ace as easy as this one. Maybe last round if we had a win, but yeah. Or if I had one more kill on the T-22, for example, with 7.2k damage, could have been an ace. But yeah, anyways, this is a T-22 medium for you. 4 rounds, 50% rate. So the teams were bad. We didn't really win much, but the damage 4.4k, 4 games. I don't know how much I have overall on this tank, but I never really liked to play this tank much because it's, I don't know, it's kind of slow. It's kind of boring somehow, but it's a good tank anyways. Like it can bounce, like you said, like you saw a lot of shots, and that's the best thing about this tank. The tank, the armor is just really good. But I don't understand why people call it broken. In my opinion, it's not broken at all. The armor can bounce a lot of shots, yes. It is troll, yes, but you need to aim better and you're gonna penetrate it easily. Like when I face T-20 medium, I don't really struggle at all penetrating it. Unless it's side hugging me, I don't really face any trouble at all penetrating a tank like this. Frontally or backways, it's not hard. And if you see it sides reverse side scraping, you can just shoot HE at the side. You're also gonna do damage and you're gonna annoy him. And if you annoy him, um, he's gonna have to change his position, and then yeah, um, you're gonna be able to take him out of his good position with side scraping. So yeah. Hope you liked this review, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet for future reviews and streams. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will uh, uh, learn something of this tank from this review. Like I said, I don't recommend to buy containers, but it's up to you. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.